a scrum opportunity, miss a line-out opportunity. That was an easy throw to the front. Let's see it here. Just a bit high. The timing's a bit off. They did recover, but at that point, you know, the Hong Kong players, great to hold them up. Ball was called, and as you know, that will be a Hong Kong turnover and Hong Kong scrum in the line-out. Look, they're pumped up, the Hong Kong boys. There was a massive scrub previously from Korea on their ball in. Opportunity now to really attack the Hong Kong ball and their scrum.
And what better place to do it by the 5-meter line, so pressure's on for Hong Kong.
There are certain moments in a game where you need to collect as a group and take opportunity. This is a big momentum swing here. This is a big moment here. If Korea can maybe win a penalty at the scrum or maybe get a tight head, that would be huge. On vice versa for Hong Kong, if they can just cleanly exit here and shut this Korean momentum down, also very big.
I do remember head coach Loh talking about the fact that it might come down to the last 20 minutes, and we have about 26 minutes on the clock right now.
I think that's just because both teams are slightly undercooked. You know, the preparations haven't gone as smoothly or as they've wanted to because of the COVID situation. So probably a bit of match fitness issues there. So it's going to come down the last 20 minutes. Both teams are going to be difficult. It's exciting stuff, everyone.
Both teams are working very hard, though, despite the heat, despite the humidity. It might be uncomfortable on the field, but they're doing a great job.
Cannot fault the effort. Free kick. Cool heads needed here. Cool heads. Take the scrum. So small infringement there at the scrum for Hong Kong. Free kick to Korea. At some point, you're going to have to take your opportunities here. It's a massive moment in the game. Massive moment.
The crowd is going wild right now. A lot of energy in the crowd.
Tony, with that last big push, you think Korea might be just trying to keep it in the scrum, maybe try to milk a penalty, maybe go for that penalty try?
It's a very real possibility, but they'll play from 8.
Oh, it's a great scrum from both sides. Yeah, the big winger, Hwang In-jo, that's where he's there for the Jonah Lomu roll. Choi Sung-duk, he's had
very close there.
He's had a big impact since he's come on the field. Only a few meters here from the Hong Kong line. Both teams digging deep here.
Hong Kong's defense.
They're putting their bodies on their line, that's for sure. Both squads are.
Impenetrable.
They survive again, Hong Kong. Korea not able to get that punch from the forward, so they decided to go wide. But again, with the slippery conditions, just the pass from left to right, not going to hand. Hong Kong survived that, get it out into touch. Another opportunity for Korea here. It's just a skill execution. If you would have caught that, you know, we had a 3-on-2 situation there, but that final pass didn't go to hand. At this level, you'd like to see a bit better skill execution from the Korean backline.
I think the backline was a bit too shallow on that one, so they were under pressure.
Matthew Worley there, who was sin binned earlier, but made a great decision there to cut in and kind of shut that off and pressure the 13. Hong Kong line out, not Korea's, apologies. So if they can clear this, they've really survived this 5-minute patch of Korean pressure.
Good charge down.
Big man there with the block, Kang Sun-hyuk. Okay, we're seeing some subs in the front row. Number 18 and 17 are on for Korea.
Number 18, Shin Gi-soo, and number 17, Choi Ho-young.
And it looks like they're on in the number 1 and the number 3 and the number 2 position. Hong Kong also making a change to the front row. Sun-hyuk's played a good game up there.
So number 2 and 3 are going in. Number 2 being Yoo Ji-hoon and number 3 being Kang Sun-hyuk.
There's Ji-hoon taking a bench seat on the bench there. And number 18 on for Hong Kong.
Number 18, Zacchaeus William Cinnamon.
We've seen this tactic all day from Hong Kong. Tony, Hong Kong, today's game plan, a little bit reminiscent of South Africa in the 2019 World Cup. Inside their own half, look to the driving maul, looking for the box kick. Not making mistakes, kind of just putting the ball into the opposition court and seeing if how Korea handled the pressure. And so far, Korea hasn't done a great job.
Definitely. I just think that in the second half they've gotten better and they've found a way to sort of work their way back into the game. And as you can see for Hong Kong, they've made a change. Number 23, Nathan Wata D. Thierry.
Now, I have a source in Hong Kong. He's watching the game right now. Hong Kong Football Club member, private source. I can't give him away, but he says number 23, Nathan Thierry, is one to watch out for. He's got real X factor, real impact off the bench. You never reveal your sources, Tony. Rule number 1. He didn't give me much else, though. Korea here with the chance to attack. Their referee's hand is out, so it will be advantage.
Penalty advantage.
Offside at the last breakdown. Okay, Tony, decision time. We've got 22 minutes on the clock. Do you go for the corner? Do you go for the 3 points?
I think you back your 10's boot. Get the boys up, make it a 5-point game, and then go for it.
It is a test match. Points are hard to come by. Oh Ji-myung, the number 22 who's come on in the 10 jersey, has just pointed to the goal posts.
We have another kick. 3-point opportunity for Team Korea. Will it be 10-15?
Great opportunity here for both teams to just catch a breath in this hot day. Maybe just go over last minute. You know, we're entering that red zone, that 20-minute period that's going to be vital for both sides. We got a cracking test match in the last 20 minutes here.
A very exciting last 20 minutes to come. It's a great game.
And that's good. That's good. That makes Korea 10, Hong Kong 15. Great kick.
One score in it. We've got ourselves a test match, World Cup on the line, Asian Championship on the line. Last time, Hong Kong is the holder of the last 2 Asian Championships, 2018 and 2019. Obviously, we had a hiatus in 2020 and 2021 because of the COVID situation. Korea's also hold the Asian Championships 5 times, mainly in the 80s, also in 2002. So if Korea win today, that's 20 years since their last Asian Championship. Obviously, Japan not in it anymore because they have automatically qualified for France 2023.
That was a kick by number 22, Oh Ji-myung.
No need to hold my words. Korea with a massive
There
overlap.
we go.
You'd like to see that kick go a little bit deeper. That's fine, though. This is the danger man, the man off the bench. And there's a big bloke there doing his job. That's what he's on the field for. Yeah, I've been impressed by number 19, Choi Sung-suk, since he's been on the field. He's got that first try. He's also pretty good fight in the ruck as well. Big body. And again, we're seeing this this high ball tactic. 2-3 phases, don't go anywhere. Apply the pressure to Korea.
You know, after the second half started, 10 points by Korea. They're catching up.
Correct, and no points for Hong Kong. That's a great ruck.
That's great. Good pace.
Offside at the kick. Okay, momentum shift, Tony. Interesting. Is this in the range of Oh Ji-myung's boot? If so, opportunity for another 3 points.
If he's confident, yes. If not, then they can apply the pressure. Get inside the 22, which they're going to do now.
Looks like maybe just outside the range, so he's going to look to go for the corner.
Good touch finder.
Simply put, beauty of a kick. That's what you want from your number 10 that's on the bench. Come onto the field, settle things down. Nothing fancy. Kick the penalties, kick for the corners.
Absolutely.
Just steady the ship. Doing a great job since he's come on the field.
Charlie looks a little happier now.
Yeah, he's got a nice smile when he's feeling better. This will be a test for the new hooker that's on the field, number 17. Yu Ji-eun was doing a half-decent job there with the line out. It looks like we're into our last water break with 18 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Again, this is a water break, but also an opportunity for the coaching staff to get in a few tactical pointers there. We see the Korean forwards coach there who played a long time in Japan, and also looks like head coach Lewis has made his way. Incorrect, apologies. But looks like the Hong Kong coaching staff there also getting some messages across. I think this message is probably simple from the Hong Kong coaching staff. They're doing well, executing well,
Absolutely.
no reason to deviate. They've handled the Korean pressure well. I know they haven't scored in the second half, but so far so good. Korea, that talk's got to be, hey, we're knocking on the door. We just need to execute our skills a little bit better, and we're there. Tony, some of your mates there?
Yeah, there's some of the local rugby players for the Soul Survivors and Soul Sisters.
Always great to see the expat rugby community out at the national team games. We always appreciate their support. On the beers, probably?
Definitely.
Definitely on the beers.
For our viewers around the world, Korea's mask mandate has been lifted outdoors as long as there is less than 10,000 people. So that's why you would see some people wearing masks and some not.
Personal choice. We'd hope to see everyone with masks on. That means 10,000, but this stadium only holds 5,000. So it looks like this grandstand is pretty full. I would expect over 1,000 people at the game today, around that mark.
Yeah, some good support for the local team, and you know, it's working. The second half is it's paid off.
It's exciting stuff. You know, we've got an exciting test match. And we're in for the final quarter of the game. Edge of the seat sort of stuff here.
There's been a change for Hong Kong with number 21 Jack Liam Coombs coming in at halfback.
I think these last 20 minutes is crunch, but it's also kind of a game of endurance at this point in this heat. Who can hold off the longest?
100% it is about who can hold their nerve when tired. Skills under fatigue is going to be a big one. Also change for Korea in the centers. Moon Jung-ho, nicknamed Tarzan here in Korea, in the 23 jersey. Looks like he's on in the centers for number 13, Lee Soo-pyong. Hard-nosed player, hard runner, good defender.
Maybe another drinks break?
Yeah, this one's gone a bit long here. You can see the...
Look at that crowd. Everyone's hot with their fans.
Yeah, they got the fans and the programs there. So that's a good shot of number 1, Nak Won-young. He's one of the top players in Korea. Just finished a few seasons at Kubota in the Japanese top league. Decided to come back domestically, but one of those players that Charlie says that there's a handful of players in Korea that are world class, and Nak Won-young is one of them. This is the issue here, Hannah, is Mr. Referee is, I think, Mike Battery has gone down. Can't play without him.
He's one of the most important people on the pitch, so definitely need him on.
And having a good game, I would say.
Having a great game.
Shot of Jack Neville, played against him a lot on the sevens field. Slippery customer, got a great step. Also good to see him in the 15-man game. It's a young boy here at Korea University, 4th year. Led Korea University to the University Championship in the OK Super League. Really one for the future. That's a proper prop there.
He's a big boy.
So if we're just looking at some of the highlights here, this was the Korean try towards the start of the second half. Bit of soccer skills on display.
Right.
No better feeling there than diving on a ball for a try for your country.
Especially coming off that bench. What an impact.
Yeah. And we saw that at the end of halftime, Charlie just trying to kind of getting into the bench, saying we need that energy. You could just tell by his hand gestures. Lee Soo-pyong just jumping on to Sung-duk there.
This is a key game, Andre, but if you can remind us, Korea has won the Asian Rugby Championship 5 times, mainly in the 80s, right?
Correct.
The last time in 2002?
Yes, so in 2002 they beat Japan. It was actually in the Asian Games, which kind of doubled as the Asian Championship that year. And that's actually the last time Korea has beat Japan in a 15s game. And 2015 was the last time Korea's beaten Hong Kong in a 15s game. Interesting is that 2016 is when the Hong Kong introduced their elite rugby program, which has actually disintegrated since June of last year. And 2002 is the last time we beat Japan. Interesting fact, 2003 is when the Japanese top league started. So those two nations and those two unions have actually made massive improvements in terms of their professionalism and their professional leagues, semi-professional leagues in Hong Kong. Korea needs to take a step in that direction as well. Tony, you were at some of the games, but Korea this year had the introduction of the OK Super League, and that's kind of one way to improve the domestic rugby in Korea. Talk about that for me a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that with more rugby being played, it's going to really impact the quality of rugby that Korea can put out as a nation. But really starts from the grassroots level. Just look at New Zealand, look at Australia. They have great grassroots competitions, which then translate into better professional teams.
Seems like we have a new ref coming in too. So they were switching the mics. New ref coming in with the mic exchange.
Same ref, new mic drop. Hopefully he's all wired up and connected for the last 20 minutes of the game. Called a great game. He's an A-level referee in Japan, which means he can ref at the highest level in Japan. Great young referee, both on the Asian 7 series and in the test match level. Korea restarting play after a long rest. Great first strike in the middle of the field. This cute stuff from the number 9 didn't work in the first half. It's not working in the second half so far. Just simplicity is probably going to work here, right?
There we go.
Nice crisp passing from the Korean backs. He had hands on there, but nice clean up from the Korean boys. Nice out the back. Outside. The new man on the field.
There we go.
Okay, that opportunity is gone. No need to force now. Just keep it simple from Korea.
Number 7, No Oki.
Ball needs to go wide.
Chun Yun-shik, here's the danger man. Oh, tries on
wow,
here.
Try by Korea.
And it's the captain, Kim Kwon-min, who was denied in the first half, not denied in the second half. We have a tie game.
15-15.
And Tony,
I cannot believe this right now.
Nothing special there from Korea. They won their line out, hit it in the middle. A couple times with the forwards around the corner. They went wide. Opportunity stopped. Earlier in the game, we would have probably seen a turnover or a knock-on at that point. They were able to string about 5-6 phases, one side of the field, come back to the reverse side, and try untouched. It's pretty simple when you play rugby like that.
That's very simple. I think the boys are more composed now, and some
Look
great
at
passing.
that! Look at that! He was wide open.
And a good finish.
Rugby is not rocket science. As Hong Kong showed in the first half, you just keep the ball and you apply pressure. There are going to be gaps, especially since Hong Kong is down to 14 men. And that's where they scored, in that wide channel. Now this is a big kick.
It is a big kick. But also, just to lean on the red card earlier, the boys have been tackling their hearts out. And
just
missed it. But you know what? We can't be too happy right now because it is a tied game. We don't know who's going to take the lead from now on.
From a neutral standpoint, of course, no one's happy here. We're just happy that there's a great test match on show today.
Right.
Even Charlie Lowe isn't happy. He knows the game's not over. He's got 16 minutes left here, but momentum swing. 15 points for Hong Kong in the first half, 15 points for Korea in the second.
What a turnaround. What a turnaround.
That's okay. Oh Ji-myung would have probably made that kick on another day, but we've got a tie game here. What a test match.
Let's see if they can exit their red zone.
Clean take. They ran it out last time.
Oh, great little ball. There's space.
Big boy in the open field. Kick.
They see some space behind.
After a short line.
It's a good kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the momentum is fully with this Korean side right now. and the crowd are backing them. Hong Kong just needs to get back to that game plan that they had in the first half. Just keep it simple, exit when they can. Korean tails are up. Looks like number 20 Luck Pak Jumbum is also on the field for Korea.
Head coach Loh was right. It's the 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes. Right now we have about 15 minutes on the clock.
You know, I was at the media press event a couple days ago, and Charlie's point was, I think it's going to come down to the 20 minutes. He just wanted Korea to be within touching distance within 20 minutes, and then hopefully have an opportunity to overtake the game in the final 20. He's called it. They were in touching distance. Even though they weren't playing well, they were in touching distance to the final 20. Now it's 15-15 with an opportunity to flip the game.
I must say though, Team Hong Kong, their defense is so strong, so strong.
So number 17 on the field for number 16 on the field for Korea. That's Lee Hyun-soo coming on for big man Na Kwan-young. Just as we talk about momentum change, Hong Kong able to win that line out. Important here, Tony. I'm sure the Korean boys are going to have their tails up, but it looks like they're trying to smash into bodies. But you can't give away penalties here. Hey, you just got to keep cool heads. Win the game.
Defensively, they've been pretty sound, but yeah, again, they don't want to give away penalties and give the Hong Kong team a leg up. So
they are matching them at the game line. Both teams throwing body into the breakdown. We got a counter opportunity here. They're looking to go wide here.